3, 2, 1. Mike, Natalie, take cue, spin.
Good morning, I'm Natalie Nias, and we are
Pretty
following breaking news this morning that a Minneapolis police officer has been shot. It happened during a burglary call at the 1100 block of 24th Avenue North.
15.
Police tell us they believe the officer may have been targeted. He's been taken to North Memorial and is listed in stable condition. Police are still
10,
looking for a suspect at this
8,
time.
take
We'll
7, stand by break, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break, please. All right, 2 minutes. Natalie stays right where she is. It'll be an open out to her. Open out to 3. Swatches enter the house. Oh, is that why there's not a live picture right now? Or is Mears rolling? Is Mears there? Okay. Minute show, minutes. Echo sound out to 3. Susan, Elizabeth, and Joe, can you please have her off to the right side of the frame to start? She'll be in the quad. I don't want to. There you go. It'll be the same way at the top of the 8:30, and you can center up once we get onto her shot full. $30. $15. Anyway, stand by echo and sound in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soundy, fade.
Now,
stand by dissolve 3, stand by Natalie's mic.
From WCCO.
Mike, Natalie, dissolve Q.
Good morning, I'm Natalie
Stand by
Nias,
dissolve
and we are
Susan
following
Elizabeth
breaking
into
news this morning that a
quad.
Minneapolis police officer has been shot.
Dissolve, Mike, Susan Elizabeth, ready, mini 3.
Who's at the hospital with the latest. Hi, Susan.
Take.
Hi, Natalie. First and foremost, we want you to know the officer is okay. In fact,
Ready,
he's
BO.
treated in a room behind me here at North Memorial Hospital. Some information on how this happened. Police say that they got a call about a burglary
stand by dissolve
overnight
server
north
sound.
Minneapolis on 24th Avenue. Once the responding officers got there, one of the officers was shot. Officers say the suspect was aiming at the officer. It created quite an active scene overnight in the area. The officer's partner took him to the hospital. Then Chief Harteau soon showed up.
Sound dissolve. 17 seconds.
I just left the hospital. I was with the officer and his wife. I am pleased to report that he is currently in stable condition.
Ready, mini 3.
I would ask the public, however, to continue to have the officer and his family in their thoughts and prayers.
Mike, take Q.
Something else she's asking for is for people to look out for a suspect. They are still actively
Ready,
searching
2 box.
the
1 in mini 3.
area right now. At 8:30, we're going to tell you a stern warning she had to say, and also why she thinks that this officer was targeted.
Mike, Natalie, take.
All right, Susan
Ready,
Elizabeth,
echo.
thank you. And be
Take.
sure to stay tuned.
Susan
to
Elizabeth's
WCCO
clear for now. Ready, 2. Ready, go, Susan, Mike.
Of this shooting.
Mike, take.
Well, Mike and I had an out-of-this-world
Ready, BO.
experience at the Science Museum's newest exhibit.
Yeah, it's called Space. It officially opened yesterday. We're going to take you there a little later on in the show to show you how the Science Museum is tackling space discovery in a different way, something different than maybe if you've been to the Smithsonian Aerospace Museum.
And my, oh my, did you have a good time with that? That was so up your alley.
Totally nerded out.
Yes, you did.
Cool weather
dissolve max.
after today. Not quite as chilly. We're talking about temperatures
Dissolve.
about 5 to 10
Mike
degrees
walks to the pod.
milder right now.
It'll be
than they were
3 to
yesterday
1 for Natalie.
in eastern Minnesota and across
Hey, Matt, could you
Wisconsin.
come in and boost up our
It's going
control
down to
room
the
audio
west
for a
and to the
little bit for me,
northwest.
please?
It has really cooled down. Wind chills up north in the 20s and 30s below. Still holding on to 6 above with that wind chill right now in the Twin Cities. But again, through the day today, the cold air is going to
Stand by Natalie's mic, stand by dissolve 3.
I think temperatures will hold steady through the daylight hours today. There are some flurries around right now, and coming up in a few minutes,
we'll check
radar and show you where they're
Dissolve, ready 1B quad.
Some will develop by later this afternoon, and then the bottom falls out tonight. Blue-shaded counties, wind chill advisory starting around 3 a.m. tonight and continuing through tomorrow morning. Pink-shaded counties, that's a wind chill warning.
Oh, I didn't know how
will be as
more.
cold as 45 below. Here in the Twin Cities, feeling as cold as 35 below.
The Metro's planners, the 3-day planner is always the other the end graphic. Ready 1.
Big problems. Yep. Okay, Mike, thank you.
Turn take.
Tempers were high on the ice Thursday night when two boys' high school hockey teams took part in a bench-clearing brawl. This is video of the fight at the end of the section playoff game between Bloomington Jefferson and Holy Angels. Check it out. It happened just after the game, and you can hear some fans yelling, "Let's go," as the players fought on the ice.
Sound is off. 16. It was interesting. Stand by Natalie's mic.
And, when you get a little noise going, I think the players kind of feel that and kind of, ramp it up themselves. So it was a little
5 seconds.
But, I don't know that I've ever seen both benches kind of clear like that in a high school game. So it was
Mike Natalie?
Interesting.
Cure.
Well, after a long minute, coaches from both teams were able to break it up without any injuries. Police were also called to make sure the fight didn't move outside the Bloomington Ice Garden. Both schools are investigating the brawl. Jefferson is set to play #1 seed Edina tonight. A group of Minnesota hunters is urging lawmakers to look into the DNR's efforts to control the deer population. The plan was to decrease populations by 25% in parts of the state, but in the last couple of years, that number got closer to 50%, according to the DNR. They claim bad winters are a big factor. President of Minnesota Bow Hunters, Brooks Johnson, is now urging the state to perform an audit of the DNR's deer management practices.
Sound is off.
We're having public meetings.
10 seconds. Stand by Natalie's mic.
Give us their input, and based on that, we'll adjust our harvest management strategies to move the population in those directions.
And cue Natalie.
The DNR says it is working on ideas like lowering the bag limit and making it harder to kill does. During the last decade, we're told populations around the metro have stayed mostly stable. Still, some hunting groups are now looking into hiring outside help to look into the state's deer population. Well, we're going to go from deer to mosquitoes, believe it or not. The fight against the pesky bug is on despite the dead of winter.
Ready 1 OTS.
The Metropolitan Mosquito Control District is out treating about 100 acres of marshes in cities like Golden Valley this week. Crews are placing blocks of insecticide on frozen ponds. When the ice melts, the insecticide will drop in on a particular kind of mosquito that can actually survive winter. That could mean fewer bites come this summer. Well, soon the new Walmart distribution center will be open in Mankato, but first, they need some employees. They're looking to hire more than 400 people. Those hired would begin work this spring to prepare for the summer grand opening. Starting wages are more than $16 an hour, and no experience is necessary. Walmart says they'll be adding to the job postings each week. The new distribution center in Mankato will be the first in Minnesota, so if you are interested in applying for a job, we have more information at wcco.com/link. Meanwhile, Walmart's competitor Target is planning to double its offerings of organic and sustainable products this year from about 100 to more than 200. Last year, the Minneapolis-based retailer debuted 16 brands, things like bleach-free diapers and non-aerosol air fresheners. New products will include children's soaps and baby pouches.
Well, coming up
next, on computer music. Stand by your computer music.
Not really.
Kind of.
Take your computer music.
Really neat.
Yeah, a new exhibit at the Science Museum might make you feel like you're headed to space. We'll have some
fun facts,
because who doesn't love those?
Take your Dramamine before you go.
But your name's Natalie. We'll also tell you where you want to go if you want to lose weight. Which planet?
What?
Plus, it's always sunny and warm.
Stand by Skyview.
Outside in Minnesota's best indoor water park. Why? You won't have to travel far to find it.
Dissolve. Stand by break. Break, please. Good job. Anchors go to the interview set. Put Natalie in the little chair. Oh, hey, Hobbs. I didn't get a chance to tell you the Best of Minnesota tag. The graphics were missing. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't get a chance to mention it with all the stuff before.
Okay, the iPad's really nice. What's really cool about the giant iPad,
I didn't get a chance to mention it.
It's easier to flip through the specs. I thought it would be a lot harder, but
with the breaking news.
Run down what's coming up next. It's amazing.
It's like a real TV station.
It's like a real TV station. I really am surprised it took us that long.
This time of year, we'll do anything to stay.
I can always, skip it if it's not there. Okay. Minute 10 break. Hey, Mike. For 8:30, are you going to use that warnings graphic again at the end of your first weather? Okay, I didn't know you had that, so I saw the normal end graphic, and I came out to the 2-shot on 3. We are 35 seconds away. 3-5.
Adam, is there a crane at all?
Yeah, I can use a generic crane at the end of the block. 15. You ready with the computer music? 10 away. Stand by computer and VO and anchor mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it. Fade. Cue.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Stand by to wipe red.
Now open at the Science Museum Space, an out-of-gravity experience. The exhibit explores the many challenges of living and working in space. And unlike typical space exhibits, this isn't about history, it's about the future of space exploration. Tickets for space and out-of-gravity experience are $24 for adults, $15 for children, and seniors as well, if you're not a member. That also gets you into the museum. You could also add on the Journey to Space Omnitheater film for an additional $7. Tickets can be purchased at the museum, by phone, or online, and all of those details are on our website, wcco.com/link.
You've been there twice, and it's only been open 1.5 days. You know what? It's great. Like so many of the museum's exhibits, this one is totally interactive.
Right, and an astronaut who you could kind of say used to be high as a kite, he's playing a gigantic role.
Sound take. 2:09. It's cold. Music trails out.
The giant astronaut at the space exhibit is that this astronaut came from the Coachella Music Festival. And what makes this astronaut even cooler than its size is that you can take a photo in our photo booth and see your photo projected onto the mast.
And if you're ready, folks.
Wait, so what do we do? What do we do?
Just stand.
Okay.
Welcome to the International Space Station. Living and working on the space station and helping NASA move people and equipment.
You all right?
See, this is a tool unlike any on Earth because it isn't actually...
One eye closed? I don't think that helps. Look out the window.
It's orbiting 250 miles above the Earth.
The space program is getting ready to send astronauts to places we've never been before, places as far away as Mars.
We're going to Mars. Are you wearing high heels?
Of course I'm wearing high heels. A totally appropriate footwear for Mars. How you doing down there, Mike?
Minute package. What?
I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Should we get some steak?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about... Yeah, there's props. I forgot about those. Well, we got them. They're on 2.
All right. This is how much the same amount of peanut butter weighs on different planets based on their gravity.
This one's pretty heavy. Saturn. Oh, Jupiter.
That's like a couple pounds, yeah. And Mars. It's lighter on Mars.
It's lighter on Mars. Let's go to there. If you're 130 pounds on Earth, you're 49 pounds on Mars, and 307 on Jupiter. Not going to Jupiter.
No. Bad for your self-esteem to go to Jupiter.
Not going to
30.
So this is an actual space bathroom?
Mm-hmm. Everybody pees.
Okay. Do you want a little privacy, Mike?
I kind of do.
Okay, I'll let you eat.
Stand by 10 seconds.
It's cold.
Stand by is all 1. And Mike the anchors dissolve. Queue up.
You didn't have to go?
I did have to go. It was good.
So we have here some of the space food that astronauts
42.
eat, freeze-dried stuff.
So it looks
Take
like
two.
a normal. There you go.
Yeah, like an ice cream sandwich. This is a ice
41.
cream,
Take one.
replica. It's the real thing, and you can buy this at the gift shop at the
42.
at the museum.
Take two.
You know, eating on TV is never a good look, but this actually
41.
This is pretty good.
You know who makes it look good is Duresha. We're gonna
Take one.
these for
Duresha
Duresha.
eats in space.
People call this gorgeous. If you took a bite. Not bad, actually.
It actually is pretty good, yeah.
Starts off a little
What was that, Hobbs?
crisp and chemically, and then it gets a little better.
It's fun for the kids.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Now I need a drink of
We take our time. We do have a lot to talk about in the forecast because it's getting colder again.
Stand by yourself, Keywall.
Pretty much anything outside coming up tonight and tomorrow as we get back into the Arctic blast.
Dissolve.
I know, right?
Keywall's
you
up.
You wanted to go back. You know you did.
With being done.
You were cool with being done?
I was okay with that.
Well, this won't last that long, but it is
Natalie's
definitely
flipped again.
starting to move through Minnesota. Bemidji already down to -6 degrees. That's from our weather watcher, Josh Peterson. Rest of us in central southern Minnesota.
They gotta tell me if they're gonna chat like that because her mic clips the minute the Keywall goes up. No.
Oh, there's 2 reports. Just double checking. It is
yeah, I mean, they gotta let me know if they're gonna chat like that because the minute graphics go up, her mic
we'll
clips.
go to Rice, Minnesota, sort of in central Minnesota. Our weather watcher, Jim, says he's had about 1/10 of an inch of snow so far. Light snow and flurries started during the early morning hours, and the radar showing that it's still snowing lightly out through parts of Wright County, northern part of Hennepin County, a few flurries and snow showers out toward Hutchinson and Gaylord, up towards St. Cloud, and that kind of continues through the North Metro, Elk River to Ham Lake to Andover, North Branch, and across the border into Wisconsin. Again, it's all very light, maybe 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch of snow coming up for the next 4 to 5 hours.
We'll be back on camera 1 on an eyewall shot.
Cold front, an Arctic cold front moved through
with the 2 of them
late last night, early this morning. And the coldest air is lagging that front a little bit, but again, it is on its way in. Here are the clear skies up north, where we'll see some sunshine, I think, pretty much all day long. Live look from our webcam in Duluth at the Maritime Visitor Center shows you that beautiful.
What's going on that Susan Elizabeth had to
6
update?
degrees up there right now. And then we'll go to the Boundary Waters. This is just east of Triangle Lake. Look at that. That is a gorgeous shot. It's only 1
who's on the phone?
Waters right now, and we won't get any warmer than single digits all day long up there. Here in the Twin Cities, I think temperatures will hold fairly steady. We'll be near 19 or 20.
I just kind of hoping it was them. It was someone saying they got
Then look
together.
at what happens through the evening into the overnight. These are wind chill temperatures. 7 o'clock, feeling
Oh,
like
nothing
0
like
here
on the
in
fly
Twin
overdriving.
Cities. Brutally cold up north, and that cold air will be draining in all night long. So we wake up tomorrow morning with wind chills in the Twin Cities metro, 25 to 35 below, and 35 to 45 below through central and northern Minnesota. That is enough to be dangerous if you don't cover up. If you have to be outside for more than a couple of minutes, you make sure that you cover up all that exposed skin. No problems, no frostbite concerns. Otherwise, again, you could be in trouble. Actual overnight lows tonight all go well below 0, 20 below by tomorrow morning in International Falls. High tomorrow will rival...
Keywall's clear. Stand by 1, stand by add Natalie's mic.
Only 3 despite bright sun. And with a breeze, it is going to be feeling bitterly cold through the day.
Mike Natalie.
Again, though, we get to double digits pretty quickly.
Stand by dissolve 1.
It's going to be extremely cold. A little breezy and -9 to start, and then teens and 20s in here this week. One thing you notice, Natalie, is even though it's going to be cold, colder
Stand by
than
dissolve the
average,
eye wall.
it won't be as cold, I don't think, as last week,
Okay.
and it will be very quiet, aside from maybe some flurries Tuesday morning. Should be dry.
And sunny.
Sunny, too, yeah.
Sunny's kind of
That
nice.
helps,
Yeah, that
absolutely.
does help.
It has obviously been one of the coldest
Dissolve.
weeks of winter so
Pretty
far,
red.
but that's okay, because today you're going to help us get to the tropics.
That's right. I went in search of the best indoor water park in Minnesota. 80 degrees, balmy every single day.
Take.
You want to head there. This
Stamina
is
wipe
Bloomington's
dog
Water
sound.
Park of America.
Sound dog wipe. 239. That's of
This
water.
time of year, we'll do anything to stay warm. But there's a place you can go for a taste of the tropics. This is Water Park of America, and you voted them Best of Minnesota.
About an 80,000 square foot indoor water park, and it's indoors. That's the best part.
That means every single day is 80 degrees and sunny. Great for us.
It's very nice. Our options are limited with little kids, so this is really nice and fun.
Not so great for our camera. That's fog all over the lens. Every year, 300,000 people come through these.
2 minutes package.
Wet and wild.
Everything is themed off of Minnesota. So everything that we have here is either named or it's designed based off of something part of Minnesota, and you get a true Minnesota experience when you come to the water park.
You can play basketball or hop the lily pads in the Lake of the Woods activity pool, or climb the Eagle's Nest to go down one of 3 types of water slides.
You'll start on the 10th floor, you'll go all the way outside, then you come all the way back inside, then you go outside again, and then you land all the way on the 1st floor here.
How are you keeping those tubes warm enough for the water to flow through? Because it's about, I don't know, 10 degrees today.
The water warms it up for us.
And then there's the hottest spot of all, the Cascade Falls Flow Rider.
This right here is our Flow Rider. It is a signature attraction for the park. Basically what you've got there is you've got 3 motors that are underneath that tank that are pumping 60,000 gallons of water.
Minute. Awesome. We have a live shot from the scene. Mini 4.
Minnesota style.
See a lot of wipeouts?
A lot of wipeouts. A lot of wipeouts.
Wipeout's not your thing? Like me, maybe the St. Croix Lazy River is a bit more your speed.
You've got people that just lay back in the tubes and aren't doing much. You can just float around for a good 15, 20 minutes.
That's my kind of day.
And according to the beach bums, worth the drive. Folks from all over the state make the trek for some family fun.
I can't believe
30.
It's a great place to be able to come to for locals or people that are driving a while. Some people make it a good vacation for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and we love to have them here.
Why do you guys think you were voted best indoor water park?
10 seconds, stand by to solve 1.
I think it's the experience that we provide and then the combination of all the awesome attractions that we have. When you've got something for everyone, you really can't beat it.
And Mike dissolve cue.
Water Park of America, Thursday through Sundays when it's open in the winter.
Pretty red.
Did you have something you wanted to say?
I was just going to say big credit to photographer D-Mine.
Oh my gosh. I will tell you what, D-Mine was incredible on this shoot. He's one of our newest photographers, and we shot the whole story. We had the little portable GoPro camera, and D-Mine disappears. He said, "Where's D-Mine?" I turn around, and he shows up, and he's in his swim trunks.
He came to play.
Yep, he came to play. Turn around, he's on the Flow Rider, then he's going down the water slide. So, obviously, he made the story just awesome. So, kudos to him.
Good stuff. So
Yes.
where are we? How are we going to attack D-Mine next week?
Well, D-Mine is not going to have to go to this next one. We're looking for best cooking
Pretty
class
red.
in
Take
Minnesota.
red.
Here are your nominees.
Stamina
Cooking
Flash,
Focus
computer,
Hill in
and
St. Paul,
VO.
That
Send me your
Cooking
computer music.
School in Lilydale, Nordic Wear Factory Store in St. Louis Park, Kitchen in the Market in Minneapolis, and then Kitchen Window, also in Minneapolis, WCCO.com.
Hit your computer.
Minnesota to vote.
Flash.
Also, I do want to say, in the summer, they're open 7 days a week, the best water park, and for March, they're going to be open the whole month.
Come on, guys.
Cool. Yes.
All right, pretty busy, too. Maybe you want to fuel up before you head there.
Yeah.
Stamina dissolve 8.
Before swimming, though.
I thought it was 20 minutes.
Stand by break.
Oh, I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Hey, look, not all burgers are the same. Jason DeRusha brings us to the newest location of Red Cow in Minneapolis.
Dissolve. And break, please. What's going on? Okay.
Wait,
that's true.
if you're going to wait for an hour, that's the only place I
And if you're going to, like, splurge and do... Are we staying at the...
quad.
Well, normally I would agree with him, but there's nothing that you can see from that scene that would give locations away.
We're at the quad, right?
Yes.
In a town where there's a Juicy Lucy on almost every menu.
Almost like a salt truck.
Do you know what I think we should start doing after DeRusha eats? We should take whatever clip of him eating.
What does she want to do? No, I heard it was staying with us. I heard Sunday was losing it. Yeah, I was gonna say that's what I heard for a while. Is that? Well, what makes sense is for it to go to the 9 and then for us to rerun it and for Sunday to drop it. Sunday runs it too. It is a minute, 1 minute. Natalie, just, and Mike, just so you guys are aware, C9, that tease, there's going to be spin, not the computer music. Just in case you were expecting the computer music there. Just because we're teasing the shooting. 45. Ooh. 30. Hey, Mike. Some nice fog on set A. Shoreview. I'll use it as the bump shot at the end of the block. Five, 4, stand by your computer music. 3, 2, 1, hit the computer. Fade, cue him.
8:23, guys, you gotta head
Stand by white bread.
downtown Minneapolis tonight for the inaugural Minneapolis Lantern Fest. This is a new thing. It's gonna be really neat. Huge animal lanterns and hundreds of community-made lanterns like these that you're seeing now. Craft beer, food trucks, music, interactive ice activities.
White.
I mean, I'll tell you what, Minnesota, we know how to do winter white, right?
Where is it?
Minneapolis Lantern
Stand by
Fest
dissolve.
tonight,
3.
Marquette Plaza. That's on Nicollet Mall between Washington Avenue South and 3rd Street South. 5 to 8 p.m. Free. WCC.com/links if you want more
Dissolve.
information. Well, it's one
Pretty
of the
echo
fastest
animation
growing
that goes through
restaurant
dog
concepts
sound.
in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's a gourmet burger joint that opened its first location not even 2 years ago, and now it has
Take.
3. This morning, Jason
Stamina
DeRussell
wipe
eats at
dog.
the new downtown Minneapolis Red Cow.
Sound wipe. 212 and Aurora.
Juicy Lucy on almost every menu.
Almost like a
So what's going on, Hobbs? Can we not use it?
Top of there.
Red Cow.
We're gonna use it?
going
Okay.
all in on 1 7-ounce hand patty
Let me guess.
burger.
Caputa said don't show the cops.
Luke Schiff created Red Cow
Don't
in
show the
2013. His wife came up with the name.
Red wine, because we're all about wine and beef, and she just spit
Do you
out the word
wanna-
Red Cow. And I said, that's it. I called our
Clear it with him just to be safe, or we already did?
From
Okay.
Edina to St. Paul to the ground level of a new North Loop Minneapolis apartment building.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean,
And he starts going like, I really want you.
it's very touchy with what we're looking at. So, because that's probably, I mean, that's the SWAT team van right there. That's probably the house on the left.
Hungry customer base.
I always wonder if people will ever get sick
What?
of burgers. And I don't
All
think they will.
I don't either. I think it's like pizza.
Just get that really nice sear.
Over a minute.
15 different gourmet burgers, including their signature, a 60-40
I'll get you time
burger,
here in a second.
60% beef, 40% ground bacon.
And we put handy bacon.
There's a minute in the package. Sorry, Gary. We're dealing with some stuff in here.
That's so good.
Fries are hand cut every day.
What does Caputa
from
say?
local potatoes.
We found a farmer up in Big Lake called Wingard Farm, and we bought their whole crop this year.
Luke asked his executive chef Travis.
I don't see any officers outside of a home, so.
This is chive sour cream.
Acres are still at the quad. They will stay there.
Go for it.
Yeah, get those elbows out and tie back.
Grass-fed beef,
30.
white cheddar, caramelized onions, and
Yeah,
homemade
this is a
potato
hard
chips.
one to.
But it tastes like French onion soup.
I mean, if I saw an officer standing there with guns drawn, I would say we're not using it, but I don't actually know what we're looking at. So let me talk to Mears in the break.
Just like its neighborhoods, Red Cow is right between low
10 seconds. Stand by 3.
Call it medium rare.
And people say they open the door and they say, we don't know what it is about this place, but there's something, and they just feel it, and there's an energy and an aura.
Mike, the anchors dissolve them.
And
Q.
it's true. I mean, they're
Stand by dissolve the quad.
because it's 3 stores in less than 2 years. And Jason tells us, Luke said that you can see Red Cows all over the country.
It's pretty cool. I'm really hungry now.
Yeah.
I will say that much. He said that he's like to stay in urban areas with those different restaurants, but thinks that the concept could move.
Franchisable,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Dissolve.
All right, 8:27.
Pretty view and
More
spin.
news and weather is coming up in just a few minutes.
Yes, and we will have the
Spin
latest on the
take.
shooting early this morning where
Stand by
a
dissolve,
Minneapolis
sat
police officer
A.
was shot. Stay with WCCO4 News Saturday morning.
Dissolve. Stand by break. Break, please. Hey, Joe. Hey, what are you looking at, Joe? Like, is that the active scene or not? It is. Are we seeing any police around, like, that I couldn't show it on TV? Are there anybody surrounding the house? Okay. Joe is shooting towards activity that he believes is involved in this. There are officers walking around. Okay, you say that it is an identifiable scene, though? 90.
And Natalie is standing. It says sitting in the property.
She's standing.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm... if he thinks people could identify it, I don't know if we should use it. Joe, can you not show the, like, the police stuff going on the left there? Like, is there anything you can do to not show the police? Do that. That'll work. Because that won't show the police officers' locations. 45. Echo sound out of break. I won't have time to punch through this block, but that's fine. I think that should be wide enough that you can't tell anything, right? Okay. 15. Yeah. 10 away. Stand by. Come up on echo and sound. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soundy. Fade. Stand by dissolve 3, stand by Natalie. And Mike Natalie, dissolve, cue Natalie.
Good morning, I'm Natalie Nias, and we are following breaking news this morning.
Susan Elizabeth needs to be off center again.
Officer has been shot. We go now.
Stand by dissolve Susan Elizabeth in the quad, dissolve Mike Mini 3, ready Mini 3.
The latest on what's going on. Hi, Susan Elizabeth.
Take.
Hi, Natalie. There is an active search right now for a suspect, someone who put an officer in a hospital room behind me. We do know that that officer, though, is expected to be okay. We want to tell you what happened last night. Police tell us that they got a call about a burglary overnight in North Minneapolis around the 24th Avenue area. One of the responding officers was shot. Officers say the suspect was aiming at the officer. It created an active scene there. Now the officer quickly took him to North Memorial Hospital where we are. Chief Harteau soon joined there.
Sound server dissolve.
This
14, arrest the suspect.
A victim tonight because he wore a Minneapolis
ready, Mini 3.
uniform. And we are actively looking for the suspect, and we will not stop until we locate and arrest the suspect.
Mike, Susan Elizabeth, take cue.
Now, Chief Harteau says that the person who did this is on the run. We want to give you a look at the active scene right now. They're
ready, Mini 4.
For patients.
Take Mini 4.
In the North Minneapolis area, there are some streets that are blocked off right now. They're really taking up a lot of
ready,
that
Mini
area.
3.
They're really concentrating, they say, on the 24th and Fremont area, looking for that suspect right there. They are combing the area. This is obviously a developing situation.
Take Mini 3. 32 box, 1 in Mini 3.
Throughout the day here at the hospital, we are going to get those updates.
Watch your shot on Natalie.
Quickly give them to you.
Mike Natalie, take 2 box.
All right, Susan Elizabeth.
Ready, echo animation. Take 42.
CCO for continuing coverage of this shooting.
And Michael Bolt, take.
And now we're joined by meteorologist Micah Dustin.
Full
forecast, but first we're talking about ballroom dancing.
Let's heat it up,
yes.
right? There's kind of this huge fascination with ballroom dance that has only been growing over the past couple of years, but it's something that's been around for a long, long time.
Yeah, and ahead of several ballroom dance performances this weekend, we're going to hit the dance floor with some of the stars of the show.
Is that us?
That's us.
All right, we're not exactly the stars of the show, but we did pick up a few moves that maybe you could take with you even to like a wedding or something like that.
It was very easy. You can do it for sure. But what's not easy is the amount of time that it's going to take to get bundled up and head outside for the next couple days.
A lot of layers, yeah. Today you're going to be dealing with a pretty breezy day, but nowhere near as cold as what's coming in tomorrow. The Arctic cold front that's delivering the change
Natalie's flipped
already
out.
went through. This is a live look at St. Paul. Weird look. Some of the first snowflakes behind that front starting to fall now in St. Paul, and a high thin overcast with the sun peeking through. 16 degrees. right now in the Twin Cities.
Stambatzoville 3. It'll be 3-1.
St. Paul. That is Shoreview. The snow coming in from the north right now. A close-up look at downtown Minneapolis shows you the first flakes starting to fly. And again, a little farther north, like up towards Shoreview, which is right here. We do have a little bit of snow falling. It's light. It's not really amounted to any more than a couple of hundredths to tenths of an inch, but it still could be a little slippery in a few spots for the next few hours. That should be done by around noon. The flow is winding down at that point, and then sun developing. Temperatures fairly steady in the mid-teens right through the day today, Natalie, but again, they will really drop overnight. We're going to rival the coldest days of the winter that we've had so far, coming up with tomorrow's temperatures. And then we turn it around again, so we'll talk about all the changes coming up.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Turner, take.
We have some incredible video to show you this morning after one of the world's largest residential towers catches fire in Dubai.
Take.
The fire broke out last night, or about 2 a.m. Saturday morning, at the Marina Torch skyscraper. Flames and molten glass could be seen pouring from the tower around its 50th floor. High winds were present in the area, causing debris to clutter nearby streets even after the blaze had been extinguished. Luckily, there have been no reports of deaths or injuries. We still don't know what caused the fire.
Take.
As part of a WCCO investigation, we've learned the governor wanted to pull the plug on MMSHR's website as problems piled up during its rollout.
Take.
Never before seen documents revealed Governor Dayton was actually interviewed by the legislative auditor about the health insurance program's problems. The Democrat said leaders at MMSHR repeatedly told him the sign-up website was working well.
That's fine.
2 weeks before it launched, Dayton said what he heard alarmed and upset him.
What?
The governor
Sky 4 is going up. 3-1.
He wishes there had been a way to shut down the exchange for 6 weeks to fix the problem.
Take.
Well, Dayton says MMSHR is running
we'll have it down and up here.
Now, he also told investigators it may take up to 10 years to know if the program can pay for itself.
Down up.
Minnesota Senator Al Franken is pushing for all workers to earn sick time for themselves or if their family member is ill.
Take.
Senator Franken says 43 million workers do not have paid sick days, and many are forced to come to work.
Stambatzoville server sound.
Jess Ecklenberger was a waitress at a restaurant in Stillwater. She called in sick after getting the flu on New Year's Day, then said her boss fired her the next day.
Sound server dissolved. 16 have to do. Stand by, Natalie.
Have a sick person giving them their food or making their food. Nobody wants that. And to me, it's like, how many other single moms are there out there that lose their jobs taking care of something that they have to do?
Miker and Q, Natalie.
The proposed legislation would allow workers to earn 1 hour of paid sick leave for every 30 hours on the clock. Lawmakers estimate that would come to about 5 days for part-time workers.
Take.
Renters around the Twin Cities may be better off in other parts of the country as prices spike.
Take.
The new report by the real estate company Zillow says the median price here fell to about $1,500 last month. That's down 0.3% from last January. And while that's not a huge drop, we're one of the 2,000 areas in the country where prices are falling. The only other city to see rents decrease is Chicago. Renters we spoke with said they are taking advantage of that fact that Minneapolis is bucking the national trend.
Sounds over dissolved. 7 to be competitive. Stand by Natalie's mic.
Compete. If they want to stay in the market and they want to be able to keep renters in and keep people from moving outside of the city, they're going to have to be competitive.
Mike Natalie, under Q, Natalie.
Since 2000, the real estate market report by Zillow shows rents have grown roughly twice as fast as wages. In Minneapolis, prices peaked last March at $1,520. The CEO of Renters Warehouse told us he believes the lower rent trend could hang around for another couple of years. He also expects to see new buildings go up in the next 12 to 18 months, which you can see everywhere, really. A lot of construction happening, especially downtown Minneapolis, downtown St. Paul. Well, can you believe it? The
Ready, server sound.
Hockey tournament is already here for the girls.
And this week, Natalie, there's a lot of good news for you.
All right.
Not just on the ice.
Sounds over take.
Good morning.
204, about it from Natalie.
Saturday in girls hockey, and 2 teams will try to repeat as state champions. Last night, tradition-rich green, Natalie, Edina, and your Hill Murray Pioneers, the defending champs, had more. The Pioneers' Leslie Klein scored 3 in the quarterfinals, the first one last night in the semis. As expected, a tight game, a close game. Laura Anderson got the game winner. Hill Murray back to the finals, 2-1. Over Edina. Thief River Falls came in the #1 seed, and they were as good as advertised against South St. Paul. Megan Martell finds enough space to convert it into a goal. Here they go. Now here she goes. Brianna Jordy takes this one by herself and does the rest, going the length of the ice for the finish. Thief River Falls beats South St. Paul. They'll play the defending state champions Blake after a 4-1 win last night.
Hey, Maxie, you should be here. It's a
great game.
Hey guys, I'm going to come out to you if you want to say something first, and then I'll change the graphic in the middle.
And it was great. Roseville, Creed, Durham Hall, both have state tournament caliber teams.
What?
Last night they met in their own
I have urban
conference.
perspectives in a minute. I'll explain. What I'm telling urban perspectives is that I have breaking news happening. Gary, I just got word. Get the Nicollet set ready after the show, please.
Okay.
If we break in, it'll be from the Nicollet Mall desk. Hey, Matt.
Over the Raiders of Roseville.
Hey, Matt.
63-61.
It's Simley versus Hill Murray. And go Spartans! Woo!
He's out for smoke. Can you ask him what time he's here to? Because it's an all hands are staying morning. I know we have our perspectives, but we're all staying per Mike Caputo.
Lindsay Malaysia this time. They win in girls hockey. They win in girls basketball.
10 seconds away, ready two.
Mike, I don't know what to do. Every week we go to shoot a Hill Murray game, and every week they win, and every week you have to hear about it from Natalie.
Mike the Anchors, take you.
It's a good problem to have.
Stamina is out the middle.
Remember when I asked you what high school you went to a couple days ago? We were trying to look up some scores for, and I can't lie.
Oh, okay.
So you're like, why? That's the weirdest question.
I went to high school in New York, so even if I told you the name, why would you care?
I know.
I'll be honest, my high school has not been very good at sports.
Well, it's funny. I can't lie, so I was like, I gotta go do something. I'll be right back.
You totally just ignored my question. That's all right. There you go. Well,
it does all the metal.
Teeing things up at the 24th annual Minnesota Golf Show.
Ready, Vio.
Things kick off in about an hour or so. Dozens of golf industry exhibitors are participating this year.
Stamina White Bread.
The latest in golf equipment, gadgets, gifts, clothes, and getaways. And if you need to get in some practice swings, there will be simulators there as well. Golf show is going on today from 9 a.m. until 7, and again tomorrow 10 to 4. Tickets are $12. Youth 17 and under get in for free, and you can go to WCCO.com/links if you want to get a little more information about the golf show.
You're so devious. You did the equivalent of, hey, look over there, and I fell through it.
You did.
Pretty echo sound.
Not very smart.
I could have made up a story.
You could have, but you didn't have to because I'm not that smart.
Stand by your computer music.
This week, tiny drink designed to have a big impact.
Sound E, take.
So
stand by the anchors.
Designed to
7 seconds here.
Something else, or just be a little bit of a appetizer cocktail almost.
Mike, I'm under cue.
Stick around to see what it takes to make a...
Stand by dissolve 8.
Very interesting.
And dissolve. Stand by break. And break, please. Good. They go to the interview set. Gary, I don't know if you heard me.
Yes.
During Urban Perspectives, breaking news will take precedence. It will be from the Nicollet Mall set.
Okay.
We are all hands on deck until cleared by news.
And it will be everyone's at the desk, not the standing.
Yeah, it'll be at the desk from the Nicollet set.
Okay.
Break. I just texted CJ to let him know. And Caputo's the one who said, Caputo said he wants to break in if somebody else gets shot. Okay. $45. Okay, I just texted CJ saying, Caputo wants a crew on standby. So, we've got up. I'm going to tell the up people that there's breaking news. They take precedence. The news takes precedence over up. So, Mears just moved his camera. Something's going on. I'm just telling you, something's going on. 20 seconds, 20. We'll be up on VO and computer music. And you said we're doing an update after the, and they're still standing at the quad. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit your computer. Mike the Anchors. Fade cue.
Coming up on 8:43, as if yoga for some isn't difficult enough, how about doing it in the snow?
Stand by the white bread.
Carving out little areas to do yoga. Snowga is what it's called. It is done in observance of American Heart Month, as yoga helps promote healthy hearts, bodies, and minds. It's open to all ages and skill levels, even those who've never even practiced yoga. Proceeds will go toward the HCMC Foundation.
Flash.
It's tomorrow at 2 p.m., but you can RSVP today.
Stand by Dissolve 1.
The Piazza on the Mall in downtown Minneapolis. The suggested donation price is $15, and don't forget the snow pants and boots, because it's obviously going to be very cold. More information at WCCO.com/.
Dissolve.
Now, this is about as opposite of quiet, the Zen part of yoga, as it gets.
Pretty dog sound.
All this week, Beyond Ballroom Dance Company has been putting on one-of-a-kind shows right here in Minneapolis. So Mike and I put on our dancing shoes, or just took off our regular shoes and we were in our socks, some of us, and we took a few lessons of our own.
Sound Dog Day. 1:47 that time.
Ballroom dance is a very organic form of dance. You know, it developed in the dance halls, and it developed in clubs, and you know, with people celebrating life, really. Ballroom dance is very accessible because it's very understandable. Most of us have seen ballroom dance done in some way, you know, whether we've seen it at weddings or we watched our grandparents do it or we've done it ourselves in some form or another. But it's really popular right now, of course, because we all watch it on TV. And you'll see a mix of things. You'll see some Argentine tango. You'll see what Beyond Ballroom is really known for, which is telling stories with ballroom dance.
I think people think, oh, I'm either a really good dancer or there's no way I can dance. A lot of it is just if you've never been shown what to do, how would you just innately know how to do this? So everyone thinks they can't do it.
Hang on a second, I'm
rock stars.
coding.
Okay, so rock stars and left, right, left,
I feel like I know what I'm doing.
Left, you do know what you're doing, right? Left, right, 2. Rock step 1, 2. Nice, look at them go. Okay, Mike, we can't be shown up. Let's go. Here we go. 1, 2. Rock step 1, 2. See, look at you.
Got it.
You got it.
Thank you.
Rock step
I'm really
1,
impressed, too.
2. Rock
10
step
seconds away.
1, 2. Oh, there they go again.
Stand with a flash red.
Show us up. Yes, I'm ready. Oh, that was me. That was you. Let it, Mike. You let it go.
And Mike.
Time.
Flash cue.
You did a great job,
3-1.
Mike.
I was terrified because I don't dance, and this was so easy.
Well, if you want to go at least see the experts do it, Beyond Ballroom Dance Company performs at the Kohl's Center downtown Minneapolis tonight at 7:30. Also tomorrow afternoon at 2. Tickets start at $30.
Take.
And you got to hurry up and get in, right?
Yes, you do. Absolutely. But it's a good thing to do on a cold day.
Sure.
Stand by Dissolve Q.
There you go. This evening will be one of the coldest of the winter.
Dissolve. Keys up.
What will be one of the
Mike and
coldest days of winter coming up tomorrow. So far, February, 7 degrees below average to date. We're going to need to get that number down to -9 to finish in the top 15 coldest Februaries on record. Last year was one of them. Here's the calendar. You can see we did have that little short, mild stretch of weather. Aside from that, every other day this month has been below average. And a couple of days, the middle of this past week, were way below average. We'll have another one of those coming up.
So you want the 5?
And tomorrow.
You want the 5?
Well, it's the Siberian Express.
You do good. You do
Coldest
good.
air
You
in
do
the
good
globe
at 5.
originated about a week ago here in Siberia. It kind of came over the North Pole, and now just by the colors you can tell how much colder it is in North America, in Canada, than it is in Siberia. So that cold air has moved its way over the North Pole. It's headed down to our region once again, at least for 24 to 48 hours. Skies clear up here, big area of high pressure, and that has been clearing skies out in northern Minnesota all morning. That clearing trend will continue here in the Twin Cities. But for now, we've got some flurries to look at. And all that cold air moving its way down through the Appalachians, that's created yet another big snowmaker that's going to head to the northeast.
Oh, yeah, it's snowing up at the sea.
Another mess for them. And
Gary,
like
I will use the crane again here.
Several hours as that snow moves to the east coast and these flurries come to an end. We'll actually go over to an extended period of quiet weather. So that's one trade-off. With the really cold air comes much quieter weather. Temperatures today in northern Minnesota,
end of this block, end of
all
next.
day long.
I'll use cranes.
Will hold pretty steady for about the next 6 to 10 hours, and then temperatures will start to fall later this evening. Could be some 20s in southern Minnesota for highs today. Then look at these lows overnight. These are actual air temperatures, not wind chills. Maybe as cold as 30 below in parts of northern Minnesota.
The
Twin
coach,
Cities
please?
will get down to -7.
Michael, go to the chair.
In the blue-shaded counties, starting at 3 a.m. tonight and continuing through noon tomorrow. That's a wind chill advisory. Wind chill warnings are posted north and west of the Twin Cities, where it will get as cold as 45
Key
below
walls
when you
clear.
factor in the
Stamina is
wind
off
chill
one.
here
Stamina
in the
add
Twin
Natalie's
Cities,
mic.
Cold as 25 to 30
This will be an eye wall shot.
And our coldest day so far this winter has been a high of -1. Tomorrow we'll get to 3 here in the metro and stay below 0 all day long.
Mike Natalie, Stamina is off one.
Rest of the week, not as cold, but definitely below average. In fact, Monday morning will be brutally cold as you head back to school and work. Aside from that, and a flurry on Tuesday, a dry week.
Dissolve.
That's kind of nice. Found a little silver lining there. Good job.
Stamina
Mike.
dissolve the eye wall.
That's right. Yeah. So you are visiting the
Dissolve.
coffee shop this week for Mike Smith.
Pretty echo animation that goes through the dog sound.
No coffee in the drinks we're talking about today. It's not your average coffee shop. That's why. For a while now, some Dunn Brothers have had beer and wine on tap. But the Dunn Brothers at 25th and Hennepin in Minneapolis is one of the first
Stamina wipe
around
dog
here to
sound.
share cocktails with beer.
Sound dog wipe.
It's a European idea.
209 and the Isle of
You can
Joy.
have your coffee for breakfast. You can come back later in the afternoon, have a beer, kind of relax a little bit, and come by either before dinner or after, have a glass of wine, and the space feels comfortable in all those environments.
One counter, many choices. Thanks in part to this guy, Jason Westplate. He's built a cocktail program here around micro cocktails.
And I think a lot of times when people think of small drinks, they think of shooters. These are not shooters. These are full mixed cocktails.
And though tasty on their own, these mini drinks are really designed to complement their on-tap craft beers.
Beer's a really great medium for making fun things with it.
Sound like a gimmick? Give me a minute.
The Micro Manhattan.
Take this Micro Manhattan.
So what we're doing is we're pairing Rush River's Amber, The Unforgiven, with this drink. And the reason for that is we wanted a beer that had a really good full malty profile, good stable character and body that made us feel a little bit like having a Manhattan cocktail. And what we did was take Old Overholt rye whiskey, reduce it down, add a little sugar, and make this really full flavored rye character.
Then Jason added the other key ingredient in a Manhattan, sweet vermouth. Bing cherry juice goes in place of the traditional cherry garnish. Shake it, strain it, and top it off with cherry bark bitters from BitterCube.
That's no weaker than a Manhattan.
Well, it actually is. With our syrup here, because we're using a full whiskey, we're actually going to reduce our alcohol down.
A full Manhattan is around 70 proof, but this micro version is more like 45 to 50 proof.
30 seconds package.
Only about 2 ounces. And that leads me to a question I've never had to ask before.
Okay,
How do I drink? How do I drink?
So, again, these aren't really shooters. We designed these to be wonderful things to sip in line with. So we enjoy taking a sip of that, trying the beer, kind of coming back and forth.
That's really good. I mean, I'm going to say it. I'm surprised, only because I have nothing else to compare it to.
Sure, yeah.
Wheelchair in Manhattan.
Stand by 5 seconds. Stamina dissolve 1. Sim anchor mics. Mike the anchors dissolve.
Ella Fitzgerald, I think.
You know what? Cool concept.
But that beer went better with the mini cocktail.
Yeah.
So they're $2.50. That's it.
Okay.
And beer and wine prices are all very reasonable, especially during their daily 2 to 6
Pretty Skyview
happy
and
hour.
computer
So
music.
When you pair the mini cocktail with a happy hour beer, that's no more expensive than a pint in some other place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can either drink them separately, make a flight of those mini cocktails, or pair it with the beers that Jason recommends. Of course, you can also make them at home. Recipes at WCCO.com.
Get your computer.
Very cool, Mike. Thank
Take.
you. Well, if you've ever wanted to go to space, this could be the place for you. We'll be back with
Stamina
your 4
dissolve.
things to do today. Next.
Crane dissolve. 8. Stand by break. Break, please. Good. Anchors go to the quad.
Yeah, I just was like, how else? I actually had a lot of random music in there today.
What's up? Oh, great.
Yay, more black. Perfect. Cool.
90 and break. Why are you just... I recoded you!
What? I don't think we can report that unless we know that, right? We'll just stick with what we have. Thank you.
What?
Oh, number 4 should be...
What's a good way?
But do I have 3?
30 seconds and break.
They look a little mixed up. Okay, got it. So the
20 seconds. So they think he's getting on a Greyhound bus. 10. Stamina come up on animation and spin both mics. It'll be a mic read though. 3, 2, 1, and spin, fade. And under key mic. Pretty echo, take echo. Stamina wipe BO.
The Final Frontier.
Wipe.
That's number 1. Now open at the
Pretty
Science
echo.
Museum. Space and out-of-gravity experience. And unlike many other space exhibits, this one isn't about the history of space, but the future of space exploration.
220 in
for
show.
non-members at the Science Museum are $24 for adults, $15 for kids and seniors. Members, of course, will get in for cheaper, and you can purchase a ticket at the museum by phone or online.
Number 2, it's time to light up the
Stamina
sky
wipe VO.
with lanterns, that
Wipe.
is. Tonight is the first ever
Pretty echo.
Minneapolis Lantern Fest. It will feature huge animal lanterns as well as hundreds of community-made lanterns. There's also craft beer, food trucks, music, and interactive ice activities. Head to Marquette Plaza on Nicollet Mall at 5 o'clock. The event itself is free. Food and drinks do cost a little extra money, so bring some cash.
Take.
All right, number 3, find
Stand
your
by, wipe.
zen. You can RSVP
Wipe.
today for the Snow plus Yoga Snoga event going on tomorrow.
Pretty echo.
Done in observance of American Heart Month, since yoga helps promote healthy hearts, bodies, and minds. It's open to all ages, all skill levels, and proceeds will go toward the HCMC Foundation. Snoga is at 2 o'clock.
90 in show.
On the mall in downtown Minneapolis.
Take.
Number 4, it's time to
Stamina
see
wipe
it
VO.
up at the Golf Show. It's at the Minneapolis Convention Center. So much to do for golf enthusiasts or wannabe golf enthusiasts. You can find the
Stamina's
latest in
off
golf
3.
equipment, gadgets, gifts, clothes, and getaways. And if you need to get in some practice swings, there are also simulators. Going 7 o'clock tonight before opening again tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Dissolve.
Also, we want to give you one last update on
Pretty
an
VO.
active situation going on in Minneapolis. A police officer was shot
Take.
while responding to a burglary call at the 1100 block of 24th
Pretty
Avenue
echo.
North. That was just before 5 a.m. Police tell us they believe the suspect was aiming at the officer. The injured officer's partner drove him directly to
wouldn't
the
have had the mic
hospital,
if
where he
I
is
didn't delay
listed
that
in
video for a
stable
second.
condition. That's good news on that end of things. And police are still looking for the suspect at this time.
Take.
Be sure to stay with WCCO throughout the
Stamina
day,
off. Ready
on
for you.
air, online as well, for continuing coverage of the shooting. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield has been on this story all morning for us.
Take.
All right, I'm tracking a
Stamina's
big
off max.
temperature dip again.
30 show.
Today's high
Dissolve.
is right about where we are right now, with sunshine
Stamina's off
developing
3.
as we go through the
Again,
day.
I will use the
We're
crane.
Probably wrapping up by noon or so. Down to -7 tonight.
20.
It's gonna
You have your
be
computer
feeling
music?
like 35 below or so here in the
Hit
Twin
it.
Cities. As cold as 45 below
15.
north and west of us. So bundle up. Brutally cold if you're not dressed the right way. Tomorrow's high only 3. It gets warmer next week.
Dissolve. 8. 7. Same as crane.
All right,
6.
Mike,
Dissolve.
Thank you, and thank you for
5.
joining us. We'll see you back
4.
here for WCCO
3.
4 News
2.
later today.
1. Break, please. Hey, Mike. Clean on air.